adjustment with Marilyn here. I'm at a house that has its own 5-stall barn in New River, Arizona. And Marilyn here is a barrel horse. She had a procedure done on her back, one of her back legs. And so it's important that when your horse is going through something, dealing with a movement problem or pain, that you keep them moving right and help support the rest of their body while they're going through their pain. And so chiropractic is a big part of that. Now, if you guys want to learn how you can do certain things to help your own horses, you can learn how to do a bunch of stretches for them. And I have a stretching course on my website called my Equine Stretching Masterclass. And I teach you guys how to do a whole bunch of stretches on there. So check out the link, that'll be in the description, and you can check out my stretching course. All right, so I like to check their hind ends first. So I'm going to check her in left lateral flexion, which is also called left lateral bending. And that just means that she's basically doing the hula, bringing her hips left and right. And I'm just making sure that she can do that comfortably. Now her left hind leg is the leg that had the procedure done. So I'm just doing this nice and slowly, just using this as more of a dynamic stretch versus a static stretch. Good girl. Dynamic stretch just means that we're moving the body while we're stretching it. We're putting motion through the body. We're not just standing still and stretching only one part. So when I'm moving her body around, like I'm doing this type of thing, this is more of a dynamic stretch. And in my stretching course, I call this one the dynamic spinal mobilization, because I'm just laterally flexing her pelvis, and with my hand up top, I'm applying a little bit of pressure in the opposite direction. So I'm pulling on the root of her tail towards me while I'm pushing away with the hand that's up on top of her back. And usually that's a very comfortable, very nice movement for them. They really enjoy that. And then from there, I just go into these pressure points where I just use these spots in their body to get them to move around. So this is a pelvic flexion pressure point here. You get her to lift up, 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 up. Ooh, there we go. Oh, we got a duck. Oh, easy. Wow. Dang, we just had a little dust devil come through here and spook her a little bit. Holy moly. Come on back. Woo. That was crazy. Wow. That thing just came out of nowhere. I know. That's kind of startling. Alright, cool. So hopefully you guys can hear that release in her low back. I know that dust devil was getting spun up right as I was about to flex her up all the way. So that's a flexion stretch for her pelvis and low back. And this is an extension one right here. So that's good. And then you can also use them to laterally flex. I'm going to bring her butt towards me. Alright, making sure we're not going to get any more of those spun up here. So you're just going to bring her butt towards me, just like that. And then I like to check both sides so I can pair left side motion to right side motion. So I'm going to bring her butt towards me again. Very good. And she's nice and responsive there, which is what I love to see. Sometimes people can think that that's a pain response, but there's a big difference between a pain response and just overall sensitivity. Right, with pain response, you'll get the ears pinned, you'll get the head up, the nostrils will start to flare, their eyes will get really big, they'll tend to be pissy with their back legs and kick out and switch their tail and all that type of stuff. When it's just a sensitivity issue, it's just very quick, sudden movement. And that's great, because if they're super sensitive in their pressure points, then when you're on them and you're giving them a little bit of heel or a little bit of spur, they're going to also be more sensitive that way as well. So the more sensitive, the better, because they require less pressure. Now I just did a live over on my TikTok, and I'm going to be posting some of those videos as well. And those videos are of me working on Cat. That's right over here, a little gray mare. But with Marilyn, what I was explaining while I was working on Cat is that she is just super intelligent. Cat's very intelligent as well. Here she comes. But Marilyn is very intelligent, and what I like to do is I like to flex the head over and have them touch the shoulder or touch my hand where I'm pushing on the shoulder. You can see that she wants to rotate around very easily. But with her, I don't even have to touch. All I have to do is put my leg under and she'll start to rotate. Usually she'll rotate all the way around and touch. So, and there she goes. So if I just bring my hand over to the shoulder without applying any pressure, she'll touch. And then when I come over to the other side and I put my foot under, she rotates around as well. I mean, these guys are just so smart, and they learn what you do, and then they start to anticipate what you're going to ask them to do, and that's pretty incredible. I mean, I'm not even over there yet, and she's like, okay, I got you, I got it. Which I don't know if that means like, hey, don't touch me, like I'll get it, don't touch me, or like, no, I got this, like I'm cool, I know what you're going to ask me to do. So like that's pretty amazing. Oh, I get a low battery warning. Awesome. But the great thing about using these pressure points is that if they're willing to rotate so easily like that, and their range of motion is good, it tells me that there's nothing that I need to adjust in that area. Like, why would I go adjust something if the range of motion is great? I mean, move on to the next thing. So let's go ahead and check her upper neck here. So I always check the pole no matter what. And really I want them to just be nice and easy and almost elastic feeling, like when you stretch a rubber band, you kind of get to the end of the rubber band and it wants to spring back. That's what I'm trying to feel for when I'm palpating her upper neck like this. And really when I'm palpating any area of the body, I want to feel a little resistance, but I want to feel that joint kind of spring back into my hand. So I'm going to push. You can kind of see that springiness right there. Oh, there we go. Needed a little bit of an adjustment there, but I want to feel that little spring back into my hands after I'm done applying that pressure. If the joint is locked up, it's not gonna spring back. It's gonna kind of feel like you're pushing into a brick wall, like good luck, right? Good luck getting that thing to move. And if there's arthritis there, it'll feel different. If there's muscle spasm there, it'll feel different. So when you're palpating the joint, you got to be able to feel, okay, what's the problem here? Do I have arthritis? Do I have some type of degeneration? Which arthritis is one of those. Do I have inflammation? Do I have pain in the soft tissues? Do I have an injury to the soft tissues? Do I have a spasm? Do I have a working muscle? There's so many different things. And that's why it's really important when you get your horses adjusted that you get them adjusted by somebody that's actually trained and qualified. Because otherwise you're just using somebody that's trying to get a pop and they're taking advantage of you, and the pop is not the adjustment. So whether or not you get a pop, like I can crack my knuckles, right? If I crack my knuckles and I get a pop, did I just adjust my knuckle? No, I just got a pop because I popped the nitrogen gas bubble that's inside of the joint capsule there. So 10 to 15 minutes later I can pop it again. I'm not adjusting anything, I'm just getting a pop. So all we're doing as chiropractors, and I don't say all we're doing to minimize, but what we're doing as chiropractors is we're trying to restore proper joint motion so that the brain receives proper afferent information or proper information from the body to the brain about what's going on with the body so that it can send the proper signal out, what's called an efferent signal, to cause the body to do what it's supposed to do. And if the horse doesn't know where its body is in space, if it doesn't know the exact position of the joint, and the joint's telling the brain, hey, I'm here, but the brain's not getting that information, how can it possibly send the proper information out to get the body to do what it needs to do? And I like to compare this to using a calculator. If you're trying to get an answer to a simple, math problem, like you're trying to say, okay, what's 403 plus 602? Well, if you don't put 403 and 602 in the calculator properly, it's going to spit out the wrong answer. And that's what's happening with the brain, right? If the brain's not getting proper information about where the joints are in the body, about what the proper position of the joints are in the body, if the brain's not getting that information, it's going to spit out the wrong answer. It's going to spit out the wrong signal, and the body is not going to do what it's supposed to do. That's why we have tripping and lead change issues. We're swapping leads. We're losing coordination. Like a horse doesn't know where to put his feet. That's why EPM is so bad, because EPM attacks the central nervous system. It's equine protozoal myelitis, right? EPM attacks the central nervous system, and now it's not getting proper information from the body to the brain or the brain to the body, and the horse is tripping, it's unstable, it could be falling over, it's kind of spooky, it's just all these things, all these stabilizations starts to happen with your horse because the body is just not able to communicate properly. And as a chiropractor, that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to help the body be able to communicate with the brain and the brain with the body. But chiropractors focus mostly on the afferent. So we focus on correcting the position of the joints so that I can move throughout its proper range of motion, so that I can stimulate the mechanoreceptors in the joint capsules and in the muscles to send the proper information to the brain. Your body can't move throughout its proper range of motion. It's not sending all the information to the brain that it's supposed to be sending. And you get improper movement because you're getting an improper signal from the brain going back to the body. All right, cool. All right, I love talking about that stuff. So if you guys have any questions about that, please let me know. I love talking about it, obviously. How long have I been doing this? I've been doing this for 8 years. If you guys don't mind tapping that like button for me, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you don't mind sharing the live as well, that would be awesome. All right, so I'm going to bring her head up, check her pull and extension. And Marilyn used to be a fighter. She would not enjoy this, and you know, it would just be kind of a, well, let's see what Marilyn's going to allow me to do today type of thing. And now she's just really, really, really nice. She seems to really enjoy it. She relaxes a lot. And now, like, you know, she wouldn't even let me do this before. It would be just a constant battle. But she's just so good now. Look at this, like coming right down. Oh, get that little adjustment in there. There we go. There we go. Love those head shakes, the licking of the lips. Big deep breaths, yawning, head dropping, all those indication that she's dropping into that parasympathetic, or what we also call rest digest state, which is controlled by the nervous system. There we go. That's good. Perfect. So I love seeing the head drop lower and lower and lower as I go. It's a really, really good sign. So I'm going to try to work on her front legs. You know, when you work on the front legs, they want to shift their weight to the back. And like I said, she had a surgery on that left hind. So she might not be very willing to do this one today, but we'll just kind of go slow and see how she likes it. And then we'll just go from there. So I appreciate you guys coming into the live. Oh, good girl. There we go. I do have a subscriber only option in my TikTok. Oh, there we go. Big release there. And I'm going to be doing subscriber only lives on TikTok. So if you have your own horses and you want me to kind of walk you through what you can do with your own horse, you know, if they're having problems, or you're having an issue doing something with your horse, you want to learn how to do a specific stretch or something like that, you know, go look at my TikTok or my subscriber only lives, and I'll be able to answer all your specific questions directly there. And also, if you want to learn how to stretch your horses, check out the link that's in the description for the live, and that'll take you to my Equine Stretching Masterclass. And I show you how to do a lot of the stuff that I'm doing with her today. I just don't teach how to do the adjustments, but I teach how to do all the mobilizations, all the pressure points, all the manual stretches. This abduction stretch is one of them. This stretches the medial muscles of the shoulder. It also stretches the pec muscle that goes from the shoulder to the sternum. Oh, good girl. Oh, there we go. Good girl. And these are all things that you can do on your own. You don't have to call a body worker or a massage therapist. You don't have to call the PEMF lady or the manual person that has a good release in the shoulder. You can literally help your own horses at the barn, at the barrel race. If you think there's an issue with pain or an issue with tightness, you got all the stretches in your back pocket that you need to help them feel better in a pinch. And they're amazing to do for maintenance as well. So check out my equine stretching course. Got that link in the description. Oh. You can really help your horse to feel good and perform at their best. All right, I'm not going to do her back legs today just because that surgical area is healing. and I don't want to put any stress on those soft tissues back there. So I'm just going to give her a really nice TMJ stretch here, also in my stretching course. And I just want her to extend her pull, right, which she's going and doing right now. And I just want her to stretch that jaw. So I want to see her lower jaw go both directions, like that, and then like that. Oh. And I just want her to chew and really work that TMJ. And like I said, this is one of the stretches in my Equine Stretching Masterclass. There's 25 total stretches in there. There's about an hour and a half worth of content there, and once you purchase the masterclass, you got unlimited access to it forever. So hope you guys will consider watching that. Also on my website, if you click on that link, it'll offer you the option to sign up for a free 2-step guide to helping solve your horse's hind end issues. It's a downloadable PDF, and if you put your name and your email address in there, you'll get that sent to your inbox. And that just teaches you some exercises and stretches you can do to really help resolve some hind end issues that are really, really common in performance horses and pleasure horses. So hope you'll consider doing that. Awesome. All right, and Marilyn is all done. Awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed the live. Thank you guys again for coming in. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Hello, Laura from Ireland. Thank you so much for watching.